It's time for Community Matters, a service of TCB Broadcasting in Lyons. Today's show is brought to you by Vidalia Federal Savings in Lyons and Vidalia, and by Todd Padgett Housing Center in Claxton. Now, let's find out what's going on in our community with your host, Tony Doc Warlaw.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, the Doc, and you are here with me again for another edition of Community Matters, and we are happy to have you with us. It's a beautiful morning here, and it's a little cool, but not too cold. I love this time of the year, and it's Christmas, everybody. You can feel the magic in the air. You can feel the laughter and the joy, even getting a smile out of Scott every now and then. And we're just happy this time of the year to be able to bring one of our city managers in the studio with us this morning, none other than the debonair himself.
Come on now.
Mr. Nick Overstreet.
Well, at least you got the better of the two, right? Jason will do the same to me, I promise you.
Oh, he would, or even worse.
Worse, probably worse. He and John Jones, they tend to team up every now and then, and it makes for interesting conversation.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Well, Brother Overstreet, it's Christmas. We're gonna have family coming into town, and got all of the festivities going on. Yep. Anything that we can expect happening in our Vidalia city limits?
Yeah, I mean, we, obviously, to this point, we've had our Christmas tree lighting, which was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. That went really well. We had the Vidalia High School band and one of the kids choirs from Toombs County Schools come and sing, and it was well attended, and just a good time. We even saw a special appearance by the big guy himself.
Is that right?
That's right, and so that ended up being a really good time, and then shortly right after, the Vidalia Christmas parade, and holy cow, that was a big event for us, and Tanya Parker and her DVA crew, they do such a great job, and she's got a team that works with her and our, what we call parade marshals, our volunteers. If it weren't for them, it would not happen. So, just a great group of folks that put a lot of hard work and effort into it. And, this year, you and I were speaking briefly before we came on air, but we had 80-something entrants. So. The most that we've had since I've been here, and that was January of 16. So, I don't.
So you're talking about 6 years.
That's right. Yes, sir. And so we had, really good attendance, really good participation. And it was just a good time. I mean, folks really appreciated everything that was done, the effort, and just getting to see other people. I think that's a big part of it too. It's about the community. And I see people that I don't see, and I'm going to be honest with you, all year long.
All year long.
But they're there for that Christmas parade, right?
Parade. I'm telling you, I drove through, and there were people on every street.
Sure.
Lined all the way up and down the sidewalks. And all of the shopping complex parking lots. It was a phenomenal amount of people.
It was, I lend a hand with the Marshall's breakfast and just try to do my little small part to help with everything. And at 7 o'clock, that was about 7:15 that morning. There were trucks backed up already. Wow. I don't know if they were from the night before or the day of, but they were there already. People don't play about that.
No, they don't.
One of the really cool things that I like in particular about this year, WTOC, like they do every year, they're broadcasting, done a live broadcast, and then they'll replay our parade. Well, they will, and they're doing that Christmas morning at 7 a.m. So when everybody's up, running around crazy, grabbing some breakfast or doing what their traditions are.
It will air on WTOC.
That's right, it will, yes, sir.
Our local channel,
11. Yes, sir.
CBS station, right?
Yep, that's correct.
And that's going to be at 7 a.m. Christmas morning?
Yes, sir.
Now, Christmas is on a Sunday.
It is. So
Right.
a busy day that day.
So you get to watch the parade, go to worship, and come back.
That's
and open
right.
up gifts.
A day full. And maybe you catch a little football in the afternoon, right?
Yeah, there you go.
But it is a full day.
That's excellent. So
yeah.
so they will air it live.
Well, they'll air
well,
it.
I mean, they will re-air it.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, couldn't be happier about that because I know that that time and date has shifted in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say there was anything wrong with that, but when I found that out, I was like, okay, this is good.
Yeah,
this is good for us.
Very
and,
good.
Good for our community and just for people all around our area, and obviously not just Toombs County, but counties all around us and in the Savannah market, to see Vidalia and put its best foot forward.
Yeah.
And really see what all we do kind of in a snapshot.
That's excellent.
But it's a good thing.
Yeah,
So,
it is. What does it take, considering all of the people,
right.
all of the street management? What does that take from a city manager standpoint?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Doc. I'm not overly involved in that. Tanya and her crew handle that, the DVA crew, and they kind of set it up, and they went to an online system where people can fill out the application online, pay online to be in the parade, to get a number, entrance number, and they've made that a seamless process. And so they also have a program where they take the entrance and it helps them to plan where to place people for lineup and that kind of thing.
Okay.
And so they use that program to do that. I'm probably sharing some of Tanya's inside secrets, but anyways, it keeps it seamless.
It keeps everything flowing. And,
That's right.
It keeps the parade, in an order where people will be interested.
Sure. I mean, for example, bands. We had the Robert Toombs Band. We had Vidalia High. We had Toombs County Band. We had Montgomery.
That's excellent.
And so that's 4 bands right there.
Yeah.
And I hope I'm not forgetting anybody, Doc, but that's 4 bands. And obviously you don't want them to play on, right next to one another.
Exactly.
And so she plans all that out. She's the mastermind behind that. I just do my wee little part, and
do you let her work with like the chief and maybe the sheriff's department?
oh yeah, she handles
all of it.
She and her team handle all that, and we if she needs something extra, like needs to run an errand or something, I'm kind of that guy. I mean, I'm the little gopher.
There you go.
If something needs to be done or a table needs to be brought in or something like that. So I'm definitely I'm second fiddle that day, and I'm fine with that. I enjoy that.
Yeah.
It gives me also an opportunity once that parade gets started to sit down with my family.
Good.
And to sit down with my wife and kids and enjoy it like everybody else does. And I just can't say thank you enough to Tanya and her team and our volunteers, because it takes a lot of people to make that happen. It's not a snap of the finger thing.
Good.
But they do a good job, and so, kind of the rest of the Christmas season, our downtown merchants are, folks are all downtown all day long shopping and supporting our downtown merchants, which we are obviously grateful for. And so we're kind of winding down the event type stuff, but
Okay.
I promise you, if you look around, there's something going on somewhere.
Okay.
I mean, it's
Yeah, between the two cities, there.
sure, and
there are
and
things
and that
going on.
you've got other events scheduled around the holidays that people can go and be a part of, and it's just, it's just a good time of the year to be out to see people, to socialize and congregate, and that kind of thing, and it's just it's a good time of the year.
Well, one of the things, coming out of the pandemic, I think that's why we see a lot of the crowds now, and people are getting out and doing more. What about in terms from a city standpoint? You recently you had your city meeting. Was it this week?
Yes, sir. It was Monday night.
Anything on the horizons that that you want to share with us?
We've got a few things coming up which we've talked about. Not only we met Monday, but also in our prior meeting in November. We have one thing that we're looking at is we've we put in an application for a grant
Okay.
to redo Ezra Taylor Complex, or otherwise known as Vidalia Regional Sports Complex.
Okay.
And so we'll hopefully keep our fingers crossed that'll come through, and we'll hear more about that hopefully by the end of January. So that's something we're looking at. Let's see, what else have we been talking about? We've got our water line project coming up that where we went and wrote a grant, and we're thrilled to get $4 million in grant funding to replace some water lines. That's part of our ongoing brown water deal. Also, next year we'll be replacing all of our meters.
Okay.
They will no longer be read by hand. They'll be read through whatever you call it, technology. Yes, digitally. I'm not in that realm,
That's
so
all right.
I appreciate the help, Doc. But they'll be. I mean,
So there'll be a virtual reading.
That's right. I mean, from your meter straight to our office, and
Look at that, man.
yep, it's going to be nice. It's going to really improve. It's going to really improve our situation. And
So we won't see the little, what do we call them, the little mules that ride around and check the meters?
not unless there's a problem.
Okay.
You know, and that happens. I mean, that's a part of life.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but you know, that normal wear and tear and out all day and checking those meters, that's going to be a thing of the past.
Thing of the past.
Yep. So we're pretty excited about
We're catching
that.
up with the technology.
Finally, yes. So
Okay.
pretty glad about that. We're going to be moving down to the annex. Well, that'll be our new city hall
man.
by the police department. Probably very early next year.
Okay.
And then
So what's going to happen with the old building?
so with the old building, we're actually going to be moving our DVA, Tanya and her group,
Wow.
and also our Convention Visitors Bureau, which is Alexa and her group. I say group, I mean their boards. To that building, and we're going to try and see if we can't redo it and
So everybody's getting a promotion.
Yeah, I mean it's really where both of them need to be. I mean, honestly, and it draws more people to downtown.
Oh, yeah.
People can park right there behind what I call City Hall or Old City Hall, and they can walk right there, see our museum, because we'll redo all that, and you know, and be able to go grab lunch and you know, it makes a lot of sense. And so those two, they work together pretty often with different things that we have going on. So for them to be in the same building, for them to be able to combine their efforts, I think will only produce and bear fruit.
That's good. Good.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We're talking with the city manager for Vidalia, and it is none other than Mr. Nick Overstreet. And he's given us some wonderful insight to some things that are happening in our community, in particular Vidalia. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I want to talk to him about something that is on my heart and my mind.
Okay.
And so don't go anywhere, and come right back after these messages, and let's see if we can't prick the manager's brain a little bit more.
Sounds
Come
good.
back right after these messages.
Smarter, not harder. Here at Vidalia Federal, we are all about that phrase as we strive to make your life easier. No more drowning in paperwork or being interrogated over the idea of buying a house. Getting a home loan should be an enjoyable, simple process, not a daunting task. This is Julia McKenzie with Vidalia Federal Savings Bank, and I am here to make the mortgage process easy and simple. Come see me at the Vidalia branch on Jackson Street to talk about your next home purchase or refinance. I look forward to serving you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas. This is Anthony J. with Todd Paget Housing Center. And no, I'm not Santa, but we sure are slaying the competition over here in Claxton, Georgia. We build our manufactured homes more energy efficient, better built, and have the best setup than anyone else. Whether you've been naughty or nice, come by and we'll be glad to show you the Todd Paget Housing Center difference. Jingle us at 912-732-1466 or stop your sleigh at 5260 Highway 280 West in Claxton, Georgia. Todd Paget Housing Center. All of your housing solutions under one roof.
Dorothy Davis with Southeastern Business Solutions here, specializing in website services, graphics management, and video editing. We have partnered with TCB Broadcasting to bring your sponsorship ads to life with their live on-air programs, which are recorded and archived along with your sponsorship ads as they were aired at the time of production. These programs are viewable by anyone at any time from anywhere on major social outlets like YouTube or Facebook, to include tcbbroadcasting.com's website. That's a lot more viewing potential, more than you would get than with a still banner that's only viewable by website visitors. With this kind of viewing potential, you want to make sure your ad says a lot more than a simple animated logo can say. These services are only available on tcbbroadcasting.com, and the spots are limited. So reach out to your TCB Broadcasting account executive and get yours locked in as soon as possible. You can bring your own video with you, or you can email Dorothy at southeasternbusinesssolutions.com, and you and we can put our creative minds together to come up with the perfect ad that says the perfect message and gets you the perfect attention.
Welcome back to this edition of Community Matters. Again, I'm your host, the Doc, and we are having a very informative conversation with one of our city managers, none other than the man himself, Mr. Nick Overstreet. And don't know where you are, Jason, but Nick is one-upping you in here, man. So
yeah, we go through this all the time, and he, maybe one day he'll realize, but he seems to have a hard time grasping that.
I was just with Brother Jason Hall this past Monday, and he won a prestigious award for our Lions Club. So
cool.
Congratulations.
I did not know that. Yeah.
Yeah, he does great work. Both of you, you're just great men, and we're proud to have you all in our community.
And I'll be honest with you, just kind of dovetailing from that, I appreciate Jason and John. Mm-hmm. I mean, many communities, their managers and I know y'all hear this from time to time, but they don't get along, they don't speak, they don't work together, and to be able to have that makes all of our lives
difference, and
a lot easier.
The unity and the togetherness is what makes our community as great as it is. In fact, our police departments, and we had our sheriff, both of our chiefs were in here together, and I told them the same thing. How often is that you have all of your law enforcement officials, top law enforcement officials in the room at one time talking about the synergy and the togetherness.
That's right.
It's Christmas. We're going to have relatives and friends coming in, Mr. Manager, and we got to go all the way to Meta or Savannah or Macon. In fact, a few weeks ago, I went all the way to Florida just to have a game of golf.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother? How can we fix this?
Well, we're actively working on that. That is a wide open question. So, excuse me just a second.
Yeah. Well, we had two golf courses, one at Hawks Point and one at we call it Foxfire or
Rocky Creek.
Rocky Creek.
Yeah.
And both of them kind of been out of commission now for a few years, and so just want to see if there's anything on the horizon and what can we expect so that we can get back on the greens here in our own community.
Yeah, so we have formed recently a Sweet Onion Golf Authority, and that was formed by ordinance, and we kind of modeled it after the city of Columbus. Those folks are, I know Isaiah, their manager personally, and while he's, he wasn't directly involved in all that, I'll see him soon and be able to thank him. He's a good dude, and every time he speaks to me, and and he's just a good dude. But anyways, so we formed that authority, and then following that, we adopted the ordinance, and the authority was appointed.
Okay.
And the authority has met twice now. They'll meet again on December 20th.
Okay.
They're at the annex. And then what they're doing, they're basically beginning the early stages of actually building the golf course.
Oh,
and
wow.
it is a process. There's no doubt about it. And I will say this, it's been a very thought through process. We as a team started looking at this probably about 15 months ago, and I think that's right. Could be plus or minus a month.
But at least over a year.
Sir?
But at least over
definitely
a year.
over a year.
Wow.
And so we took a look, and we've taken a look around our community. You had mentioned those pre-existing golf courses. We looked down both of those avenues, I guess you can say, and we decided that upon further review that really was not the best situation for us to enter into, especially when we own our own land. And that was the final kicker, I think. One of the final kickers was, the city owns land. We don't have to purchase any. We can do what we need to do and kind of do our thing. And so, anyways, this golf authority has been meeting, and that authority is tremendous. I can already see it. I mean, they want golf back just as much as anybody. Now, you ask me to play golf, you're probably not talking to the right person. I would be inclined to tell you, you and I would probably be going for an Easter egg hunt versus playing golf.
Come on, man.
I ain't kidding. I'm not a golfer.
We wouldn't be going scuba diving, would we?
No, well, I mean, I ain't gonna say we wouldn't do that either. But no, kind of getting back to the serious side of it. But it's a work in progress that we actually have a bid opening today for land clearing for the property, and we'll see what results those bring to us, and then we'll start going from there. So it's I think you'll really see it kick off. In January.
Okay. So I won't be able to play golf for Christmas, but I might be able to play it by the time summer gets here.
Little after summer, I'm gonna say.
Maybe by next Christmas.
I think you hit the nail on the head for sure there.
Okay.
Okay. Because it's going to take a little bit.
And it'll be a full 18 course.
It will. It'll be a full 18-hole course, driving range.
There'll be some water holes.
There will.
Wow.
It'll be. Here's our idea. Here's what we have in mind, Doc.
Okay.
And it's a place that anyone from the age of, and I'm gonna say 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's when Tiger Woods started.
That's
2
right.
Years old.
All the way up to 110 can come and play. That's reasonable.
Reasonably priced.
Reasonably priced. It's not an arm and a leg to go out there and play, and just be able to create memories.
That's good.
While you're there, and I think that's one of the main drivers for us is just being able to bring your dad or your grandfather or your grandmother or your family member who's here for Christmas. Because you know how the weather is around here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's nuts. So I mean, one day it's 55, the next is 72, and so on and so on.
Yeah.
But it just and when they're here visiting, come you and say your family member likes to play golf. Come out and play golf, enjoy it, and just create memories that'll last a lifetime. And I think that's one of the whys. And I'm going to use that, and I'm going to steal that from Scott Strickland a little bit, because he talks about the why all the time. And,
Scott Strickland, he is over the rec department.
He's over the rec department, and he talks about the why, and the why is what matters.
That's good.
Why are you doing something? Why is that important? You have to answer that question before you can do anything else. And Scott, I appreciate Scott pounding that into my head. It keeps me focused on, what's ahead and why we are doing what we're doing, no matter if it's putting on a Christmas parade or if it's building a golf course or it's whatever we're doing, the why. The why is so important.
Well, you've got Scott Strickland over the rec department. We've talked about Tanya Parker over the Downtown Vidalia Association. You've got Chief James German.
That's right. Yep.
He's over our police department.
Yes, sir.
Any other direct report staff?
A few more. Yes, sir. The police department. You got Chief German. You got Chief Sykes. Something that he mentioned to us the other day in the council meeting. He said, you can go on our Facebook page and check out Ash and Ember. Apparently, those are some males that are running around the fire station. So, I'm not a Facebooker. I don't do Facebook. But he said you had to get somebody to show it to you. So I told him I would. And then we've got a team that just does a lot of different things. I mean, we have a lot of moving parts. I mean, honestly, we do, and I appreciate them. I mean, it's something new pretty much every day. And
if people wanted to reach out to you, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, you can call our office, 537-7661 or 537-8718.
Okay.
You can reach us on the web, vidaliaga.gov. You can also go on the web and do text my gov, and we send out texts from time to time, kind of like Lines does.
That's right.
They want to do what we done. They copycat us. But anyways, I mess with Jason about that all the time.
Right.
But anyways, I introduced him to that, and they're using it as well. So, like, if you've got a street that needs to be closed for a water line repair or something like that, we can send out a text if you're a part of the group. Doesn't cost anything. And let people know what's going on, that kind of thing. So, so it's another tool, a way to communicate with us, and we're busy doing that all the time. We just had, and I'm gonna brag on this group, Brandon Boston and Justin, and he's gonna knock me in the head for not remembering his last name, and Freddie, I don't remember his last name either, and I apologize to both of them, but they led our 8U soccer team to a state championship, and we recognized them Monday night, and that's the first, that's the first district and first state soccer champs we've had in the history of Toombs County.
Oh, my.
Yeah, and so Brandon and Justin and Freddie done a tremendous job with some 8-year-olds who, that's got to be like herding cats.
That's.
So,
you took the words right out of my mouth.
So hats off to them. Really proud of them. I mean, it's it kind of gets forgotten because what's the soccer season or a football season, any season for that matter, folks kind of go on their way, for the most part. And anyways, they led that team on a run, and couldn't be more proud of them. I mean, hats off to those guys. I mean, they done a tremendous job with those kids, and those kids played their behind off. And it's kind of like Mayor Rupert said Monday night. He said, "You're going to remember this the rest of your life."
That's good.
And we want you to grow from it and get even better and do better, and so just an all around good thing towards the end of the year here. So and I know I went off track a little bit.
No, that's good. Excellent.
But I appreciate those guys and those kids for representing our community well, and so we've had that going on. Like I said, we've got 23. We are definitely, let me say, it's definitely not slowing down.
Good. Well, your meetings are
the second Monday of every month at 6 p.m.
Every month, the second Monday.
Yes, sir.
At 6 p.m.
Yes, sir.
At City Hall.
At the annex.
At the
and where the police department is located.
Where the police department is located.
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have been updated and informed. You can go on the website and take a look at what's going on.
Doc thinks it's funny when I turn around and realize there's a camera, so kind of an
Every so
inside joke
often.
there. And I'm sorry, I threw
He says
him
he's
off.
got a face for radio, but you can't tell it when he's all in the camera here. If you want to see our Vidalia City Manager, please go to our website, tcbbroadcasting.com, tcbbroadcasting.com, and you can see him give you a hand wave every now and then. Thank you, Miss Dorothy Davis and her company for doing that for us. Also, we always thank Scott Crabb, who runs our morning show. Thank him for all the work that he does. Mr. Manager,
Thank
pleasure
you.
to have you in the
Thank
studio
you
with
for
us this
asking me to
morning, man.
come and be a part of this
And,
morning.
I mean, just being transparent and keeping us informed.
Yeah,
we really
anytime.
appreciate it.
And you and I have had several conversations about
Yes,
that.
we have.
Anytime I'm a phone call away, and
Yes, sir.
and I will do my best to get here as quick as I can. But to everybody out there,
Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Enjoy your time off, and just
And take care of those twin boys you got.
oh Lord. Oh, hey,
We were real quick, and then we're done.
Gotcha.
We're done. We were at the what was it with the fire? We had the firemen. It was an event, and the brothers and I, we had to do the national anthem. It was at the
it was the
amphitheater.
September 11th Memorial.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And we were at the amphitheater, and as we were walking on the stage, I saw the city manager just take out running, and the twins were over on the side, and they were jumping and throwing stuff
Oh, yeah.
and digging up the flowers.
Lord help, you got to watch them too. They tag
It was
team. I assure you.
hilarious, man. I almost couldn't get my notes out because
Well,
I
I'm
was
sorry
laughing
for
at
that.
you.
I apologize
running
for that.
behind The twins, no, man. No,
I mean, they're everywhere, and I love them too to death. They my boys, and
boy.
Jennifer and I, we love them, and
no, it's good stuff,
They're
man.
good boys.
Just thank God for you. Everybody, this has been Community Matters. Thank you for sticking in with us. And come back again on next Wednesday, and we'll do the same thing again and see what's happening more in our beautiful community. Everyone, God bless you, and have a great week, and Merry Christmas, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Community Matters, a service of TCB Broadcasting in Lyons. Today's show was brought to you by Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton and by Vidalia Federal Savings in Lyons and Vidalia. Tune in again next week to find out what's going on in our community with your host, Tony Doc Warlaw, right here on Country Legends Y101 The Fox.